A deck of cards, a simple deck of cards. It's something we use quite a bit when we're talking about probability. It's just an easy thing to give examples with. It's an easy thing to give problems with. It shows a lot of the things we want to show about probability. There's only one problem. That is, a lot of students lately, in the past several years, I would say, don't know what's in a deck of cards. A lot of people don't play cards as much anymore. A lot of people don't have any experience with cards, even online, because, you know, of course, you can play solitaire and that kind of thing online. Free sell those. But because there are people who do not know what's in a deck of cards, I think it's important that we talk about that first before anything else. Okay? First of all, the whole deck, if we included what's called the jokers, would be 52 cards, but we don't ever include those. So our whole deck is what we call a standard 52 card deck of cards. And what we're going to talk about is what's in it. What kind of cards, what do they look like? First thing to know, again, the key number being 52, that 52 is divided into 4 different types of cards called suits. There are 4 suits: hearts, diamonds, spades, and clubs. Hearts look like a heart. Diamonds look like this. Spades, they're meant to look a little bit like a digging trowel, like a spade that you would dig in gardening with. And clubs, kind of like a 3-leaf clover. Okay? Spades and clubs are always black. Hearts and diamonds are always red. So half of the 52 cards are red, half of the 52 cards are black. If I take 52 and divide it by 2, I get 26. So 26 cards are red, 26 cards are black. If I divide 26 by 2, I get 13. So 13 of the whole deck, 13 cards are hearts. 13 cards are diamonds. 13 cards are spades. 13 cards are clubs. Okay? Let's look at those. Okay? Here's a spade. It's the king of spades. Okay, I'm going to count sort of down from that. That's like the biggest card, or it could be almost the biggest. We'll talk about that in a second. But kings, queens, jacks. Then it goes 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. There's no 1. There is no number 1 in a deck of cards, period. There is, however, an ace. Sometimes people think of an ace like a 1. Sometimes they think of it as the biggest thing above a king. It really doesn't matter depending on the game you're playing with cards. That's when it matters. But for probability, it doesn't matter. You just have to know it's there. Okay? So ace could be thought of as a 1 or could be thought of as a bigger card than a king. But every single suit has one. That was spades. Let's look at clubs. Remember, spades and clubs are the 2 black ones. So king, queen, jack, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. There's no 1, but there is an ace. Now we've got 2 sets, or 2 suits, which 2 sets and suits, that are red. These are the only black ones. We've got 2 suits that are black. Remember, that was spades and clubs. So I'm now halfway through the deck. 13 cards here, 13 cards here, 26 between the 2 of them. So hearts. King, queen, jack, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. There's no 1, but there's an ace. Diamonds are also red. King, queen, jack, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. There's no 1, but there's an ace. Okay, so we tend to break these down a little further. But just remember, big picture, let's look back at that again. 52 cards total, because I took the jokers out. 13, 13, 13, 13. Excuse me, 26 are black, 26 are red. 4 different suits. Everything is either a spade, a club, a diamond, or a heart. Okay, and you notice all of those are the same. You have exactly the same cards in each suit. So let's look at the clubs for a second. Okay, ace. It is not a number. It has a letter on it. We'll come back to that. Number cards, I've got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and the next card does not have a number on it. This next group of cards in each suit is called the face cards because there's a face on it. Jacks have a face on them, queens have a face on them, kings have a face on them. You will notice that the ace does not have a face on it. That's a very common question I'll have students ask me. Is an ace a face card? There's no face on it, so no. That's why they're called face cards, because they literally have a face on them. If it doesn't have a face on it, not a face card. So we have number cards, we have face cards, and you could say that we have letter cards. Sometimes that's asked about, cards with letters. Aces do have a letter, so cards with letters, we've got jacks, queens, kings, and aces. So there's different ways we could break down the deck of cards. So let's step back and look big picture. Here are my suits again. In each suit, I have the same set of cards. 2 through king. Okay? 2 is the lowest number card, king, and oops, look what I did. I left off my aces. So let's put them here. In each one of these columns, 13 numbers, or 13 cards described. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay? So for instance, it's kind of interesting since they're all the same. If I wanted to know the probability of reaching into a set of cards and drawing a 5, well, there's a 5 hearts, there's a 5 of hearts, there's a 5 of diamonds, there's a 5 of spades, there's a 5 of clubs. So there are 4 in the whole deck. So I would say, well, then the probability must be 4 out of 52. If you simplify that number, you get 1 out of 13, which is not a coincidence because 1 out of every 13 cards is a 5. So a lot of times if you're talking about the whole deck, the fraction that you would get for the whole deck would simplify the same way as if you just looked at one suit. Okay? That may not make more sense, that may not make that much sense until you see it in action. But let's look some more at some trends here. We said face cards were cards that have faces on them. Jacks, queens, and kings. Those are my face cards. So I have 3 face cards in every suit. That's a total of 12 face cards. So 12 out of 52 are face cards. 12 out of 52 simplifies down to 3 out of 13. Okay? Sometimes we talk about number cards. Everything in here is a number card. Everything from 2 to 10. Sometimes we break that down a little further. So let's look at how many number cards we have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 in each suit. 9 times 4 is 36 number cards. All right. Sometimes we'll be asked something like, how many even numbered cards are there? Well, let's look right here at the diamonds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 even cards in the diamonds, even numbered cards. 5 here, 5 here, 5 here, 5 here. 5 times 4 is 20. There are 20 even numbered cards. 20 out of 52 is the same as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 out of 13. So there's a lot of things we can look at there. Just let me one more time go through the cards, but this time I want to go from small to large. This time I'm thinking about an ace as a 1. So diamonds is one of our 2 suits that are red. The other one is hearts. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then here are the face cards because they have faces on them. Jack, queen, king. That's 13 cards. Now I have 13 hearts. Ace, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's no 11. There's Jack, Queen, King face cards. So far I have 2 out of 4 sets, or 2 out of 4 suits, I keep saying that, which is half the deck, or 26 cards are right here. Ace of clubs. Ooh, these are not backwards. Let's see. See if I can do it left-handed. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then we hit the face cards, Jack, Queen, King. And finally, spades. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, face card, face card, face card. And that is what's in a deck of cards.